Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back, or welcome if you are new. I hope you are having a fantastic day. In this video, I want to share a post-burn review of HomeWorx Sweet Autumn Nectar. This candle is actually a part of a trio of candles called the Orchard Treats Collection that is currently available over at QVC. So there's 3 different fragrances in the trio. I will be reviewing them all individually. Now, one thing you want to be aware of is that these are actually the 3 wicks, not the usual 4 wicks. So these are only 14 ounces each. To be perfectly honest, I really wish that HomeWorx would not do this 3 wick format. I wish they would just stick with the 4 wick. That being said, I am actually pretty impressed with the strength and throw of all 3 of these candles in this collection. They've been performing quite well, but I just really prefer the 4 wick format. The candle pedestal that this particular candle is sitting on top of is a HomeWorx candle pedestal. And I just love how the bigger 4 wick format really fills out the candle pedestal. What's funny is I really don't have any problem putting, much smaller candles on my HomeWorx candle pedestals. I don't really think twice about that. You know, you always see me reviewing Kringle candles, Yankees, Bath and Body Works on these candle pedestals. But for whatever reason, it just really annoys me when a HomeWorx candle doesn't fill out the pedestal, because that is what these were designed for. But what are you gonna do? Anyway, there is also another trio of candles that is available called the Autumn Woodland Collection. I don't have that one, so I'm not going to be reviewing those candles at this time. I am kind of curious about that trio, so I may decide to order them here a little bit later in the fall. But as of right now, I will say I'm really enjoying the Orchard Treats collection here. So we're gonna get started with the Sweet Autumn Nectar here. If you are curious about purchasing this particular trio, I'll have it linked at the top of the description box here. So feel free to go check that out. And if you're gonna ask me about the candle pedestal, I wish I could link this one, but it was one that was released a good long while ago at this point. It actually came in a really bright, like brassy gold color originally, and I ended up painting mine white because it was a little too gold for me. It's a little shiny. And then I ended up sanding a little bit of that white paint off to allow that gold to shine through. So this is not actually what this pedestal looked like originally. So far this year, I haven't seen a lot of pedestals or any really popping up over at QVC quite yet, but my hope is that I can start sharing some candle pedestals with you here soon. I really hope that Harry is going to get back into doing these, because honestly, these are some of my favorite candle accessories in my collection. I think they're so unique and beautiful. But anyway, let's go ahead and discuss this Sweet Autumn Nectar from the Orchard Treats trio. Normally, I like to read through the little fragrance story that comes with each individual fragrance, but they don't have one for each of the candles. I will go ahead and read you the little blurb that was written for the entire collection though. Cozy evenings come alive with the inviting fragrance and gentle glow of this orchard candle set by HomeWorx. Each 3-wick candle evokes a walk through the farmer's market with delicious aromas that delight the senses and welcome guests into your home. So the notes for Sweet Autumn Nectar are dark pomegranate, forest fruits, and a sprinkle of cinnamon and clove bud. Okay, so what does this smell like? Do I smell pomegranate? I do. I smell a pretty healthy dose of pomegranate. In terms of other fruity notes that I smell here, I very much smell a distinct black currant note as well. It is not red currant. I do not like red currant. The two smell very different to me. The red currant is much deeper. It just doesn't have the same tanginess that red currant has to my nose. And this particular currant note that I'm smelling is blending really well with that pomegranate. There's also a tiny bit of a plum note here for me. And then this one is a little random because I feel like it doesn't really make sense, but the fragrance smells great, so I'm just going with it. But I feel like there's a hint of citrus here, and it kind of smells a little bit like a lemon zest or lemon essence. It's not a sweet lemon juice. It's a little zestier than that. And it definitely adds some brightness to this particular scent that the other two fragrances don't have. This is quite sweet. I don't think it's the sweetest out of the three. I think the blackberry maple ice cream in this trio is a little bit sweeter, but this one is kind of, I would say, perfectly balanced. You've got some sweetness, but it's not like a sugary, sweet, fruity scent at all. You do smell a little bit of a nice gourmand bakery cinnamon in here. There's a little tiny bit of clove bud. It's not mentioned, but I feel like I also smell just a little hint of nutmeg as well. But it's mostly that cinnamon and that clove where you're getting just a hint of spice here. It's not an overly aggressive cinnamon. It's not something that takes over the fragrance at all. I feel like sometimes cinnamon can do that, but that is not the case with this one here at all. Definitely a really lovely fall fruity fragrance. A little different, I think, from some other fall scents that I have been burning already this fall. And I hate to say this fall because obviously I'm filming this in August. I'm fully aware that, you know, fall doesn't come until a little later in September, but my mind is already there. But yeah, this is a little different from some of the other fall fragrances that I've been burning, but it has blended really well with any of the other fall scents that I have been enjoying so far in my own little fall world over here. So great fragrance. I think the only thing that I would change if I had a choice is I would maybe remove that like little hint of lemon essence. I just don't think it's absolutely necessary. It doesn't like negatively affect the fragrance, but it is something that just kind of pops up and makes me go, I don't know, lemon in the fall, it doesn't really seem quite right to me. But lovely fragrance nonetheless. One that I would actually really like to see come back, but in the 4-wick format. Please don't bring it back in the 3-wick format. I really want to see the 4 wicks from HomeWorx. Strength and Throw. Let's get into that. I really kind of feel like all 3 of the candles in this collection have performed kind of at the same level. I think they've actually been performing like a 4-wick. As much as I'm complaining about the size here, they really do have a decent strength and throw. I would put the strength of this at a good solid 7. I would put the throw probably right around a 7 as well. Like it really definitely fills the area, the immediate area where I'm burning it, but it is not strong enough to fill the entirety of the downstairs of the house by itself. It does travel a decent ways away from its original location in terms of the throw. You know, we'll put that probably at about a 7 as well. But like I said, it's not a house filler, but a good, solid performing candle. I mean, this is a solid medium performance. Lastly, let's go ahead and get into the overall burn quality here. I will say this has had a super nice, clean burn. The wicks get really hot on this particular trio of candles. I have burned these for just about 3.5 hours at a time. And by the time that I get to the end of that like 3.5 hour burn, The wicks are so tall. These are fast burning candles. Now, when I took a look at the burn time range, it was kind of a broad range here. So they say the burn time is anywhere between 20 and 40 hours. I'm at the halfway point with all three of mine, and I have probably burned them for about 15 hours each, maybe a little bit longer, but we'll just kind of average it at about 15 hours. So if we assume that the last half will take me about 15 hours to finish, which is where I'm at right now, that should give me a rough time of about 30 hours, which is right in the middle of that range there. I thought 20 hours was not enough hours, but I thought 40 was like kind of a crazy amount for this size. So 30, I think that's a good number here for sure. Again, the wicks get really hot here, so you do not want to leave these burning for more than about 3.5 hours. I feel like that's almost kind of pushing it. When the wicks really get going, you can actually sometimes see them peeking over the top of the candle. Like, I feel like I can almost kind of see them every once in a while just popping up in the frame here behind the camera as I'm looking at it. They burn fast and they burn hot. So something worth keeping in mind. I'll give you guys the overhead shot here in a minute, but I would say overall it's been a good clean burn, no sooting, no real discoloration, just wicks that get really hot really fast, and basically you do not want to burn this for a long period of time. If you're okay with all of that, this might be a great trio for you. But you will burn through these, I would say, somewhat quickly. They're definitely going to go faster than a 4-wick. But let's take a look at the overhead shot here. Again, this hasn't fully pulled out yet. And here's the thing, I trimmed these wicks really short right before lighting this to film this video here. And I feel like they are getting long already. These are like magic wicks. They grow. Magic growing wicks. But you can see here, there is no discoloration in the side of the jar. I'm gonna just kind of rub, it's already super, super hot, but I just wanted to go ahead and rub the side here to show you that like there really is no like sooting or discoloration or anything like that. Really good clean burn. But yeah, see this, I hate the fact that this slides around on this pedestal here. It really should it should fill out the whole thing. Just make 4 wicks. Give me the 4 wicks. Anyway, you guys, those are my thoughts. Those are my thoughts on the Sweet Autumn Nectar. Overall, honestly, a great scent trio here. This one appealed to me more than the other one initially, but honestly, now I'm kind of curious about the scents in the other collection as well. So like I said, I might pick that up a little bit later here in the fall and test that one out. But yeah, if you're interested in this one, it is currently still available. There is a Labor Day sale happening at the time that I'm filming this video. I don't know when this is gonna go up. I might actually just put this up probably before Labor Day. I'll fit it in somewhere. I'll fit this in somewhere, but I just wanted to make sure that you guys got some thoughts about this trio. I did receive this in PR, by the way. I guess I should have said that at the beginning of the video, but I'll plop it in here, and I'll also denote that in the description box, but I was sent this in PR. So yeah, but now I'm curious about the other set as well. So anyway, I really appreciate you guys being here. Let me know if you have any questions about this one. I'm gonna see who's texting me, and I will see you guys in the next one. Subscribe if you're new, give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Toodaloo.